light children, and welcome back to the Artist Corner. It is December 2nd, and if you checked out the Instagram post, you already know what we're talking about. What is a release strategy? I'll go over the spiel again. So pretty much releasing a project without a strategy is basically dropping art into the void and hoping someone magically finds it. Okay, we don't need that. A release strategy is your rollout plan. When you're dropping, why you're dropping, who you're talking to, and how you're building momentum before the release day. So we are about to get all up into that. And I want to let other people who are in the industry of entertainment, either a film, books, photography, anything in the field of arts, promotion, whatever, you need a rollout plan. You need a way to promote yourself in the art. Okay? So what are we going to talk about first? First, we're going to talk about our goals, right? So what are your goals? Is it streams? Is that what you're looking to do? Are you trying to get more people to go to your Spotify or your Apple platform or whatever, Pandora, however you're streaming your music? Are you looking for people to actually stream your music more often? Are you looking for sales? Are you trying to sell your product? Say that you're a painter, or even if you're a musician and you have merchandise that you are making yourself. If you're a clothing designer and you have fashion items that you want to sell, are you looking at the numbers for sales and exposure? Are you trying to get more exposure out in the industry? Like, are you wanting people to notice you more? Do you want people to pay attention to what you're doing more? Like, how do you go about doing that? And growth. Do you need the numbers to reflect your streams? So like, for instance, for me, my song Girl Next Door hit 1,000K within the first few months of its dropping, which was awesome. It was so cool, right? And I want those same numbers of people listening to it on Apple Music and Spotify to reflect on my YouTube channel. So, and that's because we dropped the music video not too long ago. So that music video pushed more people to go to the song, but the song should have pushed more people to go to the YouTube, because like now I want to see what the visuals look like compared to the song, correct? So those were some of my goals when it came to my release strategy. Like when I released the music video and the song, I was looking for growth. I was looking for more streams. So that was my strategy. Currently, right now, with me getting ready to drop this entire album and this music video movie, I am looking to do all of these things. I want my streams to go up dramatically because I need this album as soon as it drops for people to be so excited about it that they want to listen to it from beginning to end. They want it on repeat, and then they're hungry for the next part, because this is only part one of the album. It's 22 songs. So we want them to continuously be hungry and streaming to a point like, when the second half of this album comes out, I need to re-listen to the first half of this album because I know she's a storyteller, so that I can get involved in the story. And shoot, she's probably gonna drop another music video or another movie that goes with this, so I need to be caught up on that so that people can see it. So how do you see how things kind of bounce off of each other? And then I do make merch. I make my own merch, which in the following episodes, we're going to talk about DIY and selling your products and what that looks like. I make my own merch, and some of it I bought from Amazon and got it made, and some stuff like stickers and things like that. And some stuff I bought and I DIY'd it. I made my own merch. Some things I bought and had streamlined financial to another friend of mine who also makes merch to help me make some of my merch. So we're going to talk about that later, but sales are important to me. Exposure. I want to be known not just in Colorado, right? I want to be known in all 50 states and around the world. I want my music to be going to other places. I, at some point, had people in Japan bounce into my music, and it's because a friend of mine went to Japan, has friends in Japan, and they were, playing my stuff. So those things matter. Those are my goals, and these goals are important. And if they are important to you, the watcher, the viewer right now, you want to make sure that your release strategy guards to that you are hitting all those points. If it's some of those things, not all of those things, say that your streams are already really high, but your Instagram page is not as high. Like your growth is not that high. Or let's say you are good at selling your merchandise, but you don't have as much exposure as you want. So like you're kind of limited to a niche space, and you want to get out more and be in more places. Those are all a part of your strategy plan. And those are things you have to sit down with yourself and like compile a way of how you're going to get that out, right? So the next part of release is to be knowing your audience, okay? This is crucial because this is how you gravitate a fan base. This is how you gravitate your tribe. This is how you gravitate people interested in what you're doing, okay? Because not everybody is a musician in that creative way. Not everybody is a painter. Not everybody is a filmmaker. Not everybody, like, you know what I'm saying? So like there will be people who don't do those things, who are people who like to be entertained by you and want to be involved in what you're doing. So with that being said, just like for me, I call my people my light children, and this name came to me because I started to see a dimness in my light, and I needed to remember that I was chosen. And also my wife heavily influenced that name of being a light child, and like us both having people dim us so much and realizing like, no, we are chosen. Like, no, we deserve to have our light. I'm sorry, my hair is like really malfunctioning right now. And we deserve to share our light and be the light and never let anybody dim that. So I took that upon myself to like call on my people and call them light children. This is also a very spiritual thing for me because my fellow humans, there's some people who have never even gotten to feel light, you know, and the more and more I want to talk to you, I want to gravitate to you and make you feel like a light child. Like if you ever looked at Lizzo's page, she even talks about this, because now we're in an age where it is way easier for you to find your audience. It is way easier for you to find your niche audience who are space enthusiasts. Like I literally post things about space all the time, and planets and the stars and all the different cool stuff that's happening in our galaxy, because I'm obsessed with space. When I was younger, I wanted to be an astronomer, so like I just like knowing about those things. And also I feel very extraterrestrial, like I don't belong here, and I feel so connected to space and the sky and all this stuff. So I'm literally using the things that enthuse me as a part of my how do I gravitate people to be a part of my audience, right? So that's one of the biggest things you need to figure out for your release strategy. Know your audience. Who are you talking to? I realize that my audience, the people that I have been gravitating that follow me, love to have this interaction with each other, to know what's going on, to be updated, to have a conversation, not just pictures, not just photos. They want to know who I am and what I'm doing. So I started to feed the need of the people who follow me, right? So know your audience. That's really big. Okay, so number 3 on this list is choose release date based on schedule and lead time. Okay, so this is a really big thing because you don't have a label to generate what's a good time to release something. So you need to figure out what's a good time to release something for you. It can be personal. For me, I typically like to use birthdays to release certain things because they're very transformative. Sometimes I like to use seasons to release things because our certain aspects within that season have a lot to do with my music and what I do. So I typically choose my release dates for things like that. So we won't tell you the release date just yet. You'll find out later. But when I released Girl Next Door, I released it on my birthday because that was big for me. It happened in the summer. I really enjoyed that project, and it was a transformational season for me because everything that I did in that music video was to show my transformation. And then I had my birthday. So it was like perfect segue into transitioning into the new phase So picking your date can be based on personal reasons, or it can be based on, no, this is like everybody. If you have a hot summer song, you want to drop it closer to summer so that the clubs and the venues and all the places that's bumping music can push your music. If you have a Christmas song, you want to try to push that Christmas song, get it done, finalized by October, so that in November, people are already playing Christmas music. You have it released so that when December starts to roll around, now you have this populated Christmas song that's already familiar, people are already fucking with it, it's already in the mix. If you are releasing something that has to do with transformation, we have transformative months. We have August, which is a transitional month, November, which is a transitional month, March, February, which is a transitional month. March, I think it's March. No, because that's straight in the spring. February is a transitional month, and then we have May, which is a transitional month. Those corner months where right after the season change, right? So think about where you want to release. The date matters to you and you alone. If you do work with a company or a manager, they may know if it's going to be the best time to release because your song has this kind of meaning and this is what's going on in the climate of the world, trying to do this, The world is your oyster. But make sure when you do have a release date, you set yourself up with enough time that it is a proper release for promoting and all those things, which we're going to talk about a little later in this month. This is going to be a long video with me, you guys, because this one is like the setup for all the stuff we're getting ready to talk about. I told you December was going to get a little deeper, okay? So before we get to the last key point, the next key point is build hype before release. That is every video you talking about this release. Everything you post, you have either a snippet of a song, or you have a snippet of a video clip, or you have a talking point like I have right now, where I'm like constantly bringing up like, no, we're working on a movie, no, we're working on the album, no, we're working on a 22 song piece, no, we're doing this. Like, I am constantly bringing it up so that it is always on my viewers' mind that this is about to happen, so that they are just as excited about it, because I'm excited about it, so I'm gonna boost it up, right? Are you excited about your project? Yes, you want to keep boosting it, you want to keep bringing attention to it every single time. I'm gonna tell you how many ads, my wife said this, how many ads in a day do you get sent from companies just sending you stuff? You can get tired of it all you want, but eventually you gonna see it and be like, ooh, this kind of look good, let me try it, let me listen to it, let me go play it, it kind of look cool, let me go to one of these shows. Keep pushing it. It may be old to you, but it's not old to the internet. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. It's not old to the internet. You have a new person find your music, find your art, or find your stuff every single day. Okay? So build hype before you release. You gotta get people hyped up about it. And my last point is that this applies across mediums, okay? If you're doing an album, if you're doing a book, if you're doing fashion drops, this applies to everybody. It is not just, it's called the Artist Corner for a reason, because it's for artists. And if you are an entertainer, influencer, album maker, book maker, filmmaker, painter, writer, content creator, whatever the case is, you are an artist. You are creating something for people to be entertained by. Make sure you push it out the way you want it to push out. If you're getting ready to do a podcast, build momentum for that podcast. Create a page for that podcast. Make sure everybody following the page. You know what I'm saying? Push the content. Get them excited about what you're doing. If you have a mini series that you're starting to do, put a little teaser out there that you're getting ready to start a mini series, so that people are like, oh shoot, I want to get involved in this. This sounds like something I'd be interested in. I might be able to learn some things. You know? So key things before we end this one: release plan, rollout timeline, strategy, audience, momentum, structured drop. Okay? That is key items that I need. If you have a pen and pad, write it down, start plotting these things out, especially if you're an artist getting ready to release your project. project, because you don't want to release a project and nobody shows up for it. You don't want to release a project and nobody streams it. You don't want to release a project and you have nothing like to show for it, because then it's a waste of your money and a waste of your time. And we ain't trying to do that. I love you like children. I hope this was just as informative for you as it was for me. We're both learning here. I'm an independent artist, so I'm getting all the information so I can show y'all the information, okay? If there's anything specific you want to learn about that I'm not pointing to, that I haven't said, please comment in the comments below. Please like and subscribe so you can see when the next Artist Corner comes out. I have literally made this a whole series on YouTube, so you can go directly to it and see it from beginning all the way up until now. Let's keep it rocking. I love y'all like children. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you next Tuesday.